Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and yes, we are continuing with ebi-hime's Winter Fragments. And yes, we've gotten to Chisato's bedroom, which is on the second floor of their parents' home at the very end of the hallway. That's right. That's right, we are our childhood friend who attends other school, and that's all the details of the previous episode I will tell you. If you want to know more, go watch the previous video too. Let's continue. It's a spacious room, that bedroom of hers, with a sleek wooden floor, yes, and pastel walls, very girlish, yes. The bed, which takes up a sizable chunk of space, is more than big enough for two. I can confirm this from a whole bunch of past sleepovers. The covers are pink, like Chisato's walls, and a few stuffed toys are sitting among the pillows. Over to the left, meanwhile, is the focal point of Chisato's bedroom, the piece de resistance, if you will. Chisato's desk is wooden, like the rest of the furniture. Okay, huge plus for Chisato. All of her furniture is of light color. So even if it's dusty, you won't see it that much. Right. Speaking of which, I should undust like the monitors, the desk, in general. Yeah. Those are... Well, what was the color? I don't remember. Let's say it's black, basically. There was some weird name to it. Anyway. A couple of sketchbooks and notepads are stacked upon it, and there is a plastic pot where all her colored pencils and fine-tipped ink pens are. Chisato's fond of drawing, and the drawers beneath her desk are stuffed full of art equipment. Spare paper, mold-colored pencils, pots of ink, you name it. It isn't Chisato's extensive collection of art supplies that impresses me, however. It is instead the large grey monitor that sits on her desk, and the equally large grey box tucked away beneath it. It's Chisato's computer. Show me. Show me. The computer looks very out of place when contrasted with carefully cultivated aesthetics of Chisato's girlish bedroom. It was 2001, right? Do I remember correctly? I think the game is basically taking place in 2001. Yeah, back then I feel like it would be kind of tough to make it let's say girly. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Set in 2001. Ugh. Wow. The fact that I remember that? Nice. Crazy. Yeah, but it would be tough to make like, let's say, gaming battle station or whatever. Basically a PC, right? To look girlish. Now for? It's doable. It's very doable. Anyway. It sticks out like a sore thumb among all the pastel pink paint because it used to belong to Saori. Oh, yeah. I imagine Saori's room would be like a little bit... Let's say like a kind of... Would we give the rebel vibes? Something like that. This monitor is hand-me-down, and so is the the PC tower beneath it. A custom job put together by Saori's fair hands. Ooh. To be honest, I'm surprised that Saori did not try to get like a part-time job. I mean, given that she's working in a restaurant or whatever, that she didn't try to get a job in some kind of PC store? Anyway. The old PC is ugly, sure, but it's so useful even the appearance-obsessed Chisato can put up with it. Yeah, it's a very useful thing. Now that I think about this, is taking place in 2001. 2001. I did not have a PC yet. In 2001. In 2001, what I did have was definitely a Pegasus, which is like an Eastern European knockoff or a NES, if I remember correctly. Let me see. I'll tell you like precisely right now. Pegasus. Spy software. No, it's not that. Game console. Yeah, it's a clone of... Oh, Famicom. Okay, it's a clone of Famicom. That was so good for 2001. And also... a little later I had the first PlayStation, but that one was released in what year? Wait, PSX was 1994. Damn! But yeah, I'm pretty sure I had this when I was in primary school, not earlier. Yeah. I do not have the PSX though, sadly enough. Sadly enough for me, it broke at some point. You know what? Which makes me wonder, what are... We are so drifting out of the game right now. PSX. I wonder if they are expensive here. Consoles. Sony PSX. Consoles. Let's go highest price. Huh. Wow, the Sims 1. Damn. I guess it would not be easy to find an actual console, no. I bet most of them are... Yeah, in Poland, no chance there is an unused one. Definitely all of them will be used. Or maybe not. Huh. 600. So like $150, something like that. It's not with the main gamepad though. This one doesn't have the sticks. With that being said, let's continue with the game. I don't remember when I got the PC, like... third grade or fourth grade? Something like that. Who in their right mind would turn their nose up at a free PC? Well, I hope nobody. I'm so jealous. It's so cool you have a computer. You're so lucky, Chi. You always say that when you come here. When are you going to get used to it? When it stops being so awesome. It's just a PC. On the other hand, you know, it's a PC. So, nothing to sneeze about. That's easy for you to say being rich and all, but these things are like insanely expensive. Yeah. Yeah, right now especially, I would say. I thought your dad had a PC of his own. He does, but it's for work. He keeps it in his study, and I'm more or less forbidden to touch it unless I need to look stuff up for homework. Oh, actually, yeah, we did have a PC when I was younger. However, I mean, I did play like classic Prince of Persia, some kind of racing. like a fake Mario or whatever, I don't remember to be honest. But it was on a DOS. Anyway. I can browse the net like you. Oh. The internet. That I had even later. Yeah. It was PC. I think internet, we had the internet connection when I was graduating from primary school, to be honest. So it's like 13 or whatever. Or maybe a little earlier. Whatever. There's no ebi-hime computer in my room, and even if I did have one, I wouldn't be able to use it. Huh. My family's still on dial-up. It takes forever to connect to the internet. Makes... Capital letter the internet, by the way. It makes this really annoying sound to like this. I didn't have a dial-up. For never. I do an impression for Chisato. I mean, she does. I don't know what kind of... No. Which makes her frown. Alright, I get it. You don't need to demonstrate. We were using dial-up until last year too. You're lucky you're not stuck with it anymore. I don't know when my dad will ever get with the times. You think it was still the 20th century at my place? You're living in the future, Chi. I know about that. You're being too modest. Your family literally has free computers. Free! That's like almost as many as we have in my school's library. You're exaggerating. Hitotsuba isn't that impoverished. It's nothing compared to San Cecilia's. Yeah, when my parents pay an extortionate amount of money to send me to San Cecilia's, it's unfair to compare the two establishments. Chisato bends her dark hair cascading over her shoulders and switches her PC on. If it was me, I'd probably use my beak too to boop it to life. Nice. Oh, the good cases from the time back then. When the power button was in a very dangerous spot, the amount of times I bumped into it while it was turned on. Actually, now that I think about it. No, the first case I do not have. But I do have the case of my second computer still underground. And by that I don't mean I like buried it or anything. I wonder, I think it was also having that power button in the front. Anyway. But I guess that's one of the reasons why Chisato's lady I'm not. I mean, to be fair, even with the power button being at the top, given the fact that I have the PC on the floor. And yes, it is on the floor. I don't care. I don't have a carpet. It's fine because of that. I still would sometimes turn it on with a foot. Anyway, I dart over to Chisato, my eyes wide with curiosity. Huh? Did you want to show me something? You didn't pick up another Otome game, did you? I haven't in a while, no. 2000. When was, by the way, Steam release? Or more like Steam put into the works? Steam launcher. Oh, there we go. Release in 2003. Oi, there will be 20th anniversary soon. Let's go. To be fair, I was pretty late to Steam myself. And now, over 1,000 games. Ugh. And we play something from itch.io. Anyway. 2001, so still CDs. Nice.
What? But we've almost finished first life. I thought we were going to get through Heita's route and then start something new. Did I say I wanted to do that, Saku, when I called you earlier? Well, no, but, you know. Then don't go jumping to conclusions. You'll only set yourself up for disappointment. But nothing. This is my house, and this is my PC. We'll do what I want, or nothing at all. It's not technically your PC, it's Saori's. She gave it to me. You said you were tired of her hand-me-downs. And I meant it. I'm tired of her hand-me-downs. The computer is an exception.
I don't know how it is. Being on like giving end or receiving end when it comes to that stuff. Given that I was an only child, well, technically still am. Always was.
Do I know it?
Nah. Anyway.
How convenient!
I poked, slumped over the back of Chisato's chair, and rested my chin on top of her head.
I want to play a new Otome game, G! I'm craving some eye candy here! That's funny, given you pay your male classmates precisely 0 attention. Why should I? They're not aloof and mysterious like Toya, and I bet they're not half as good at cooking as he is.
I just managed to get the key out of the keyboard. Oh.
Comforted, guys! In the Otome VNs! The real guys are a massive disappointment! That hurt a little bit, okay? That hurt a little bit. Well, I wouldn't know. There aren't any boys in my school for me to be disappointed by.
Oh, yeah, you're in an all-girls school. Which makes me wonder. I know, I mean, I'm drifting today like a wild thing, to be fair, from the topic of the game. I don't know if there are, like, all girls and all boys school. Let's see. I guess there are. Okay. Oh, but it's all private. Which I guess makes sense. She also is in a private school, I would believe. Because she actually has to pay for it. I don't know. I really don't know if I would like to be in, like, myself in an only all boys school. I think it would be pretty crappy, to be honest. I feel like it would be pretty crappy. Again, I was always in a public school as well, so.
You're not missing out on anything. Teenage boys are way uncool. I'd rather fall in love with...
Maybe.
I'd rather fall in love with a fictional character. They are less likely to mess you about and they are way more good looking. You're doing that thing again, Saku. What thing? Messing up your hair? That too, but...
Chisato tips our head back. Our head back? Our head back. Wait, what? I moved back out of Nest City, but I didn't... Our head back? I moved back out of Nest City, but remain slumped over the back of Chisato's chair. I'm standing, and Chisato is sitting. Our faces are inches apart. Woo-hoo. The loose tendrils of my escaping hair brushing against her cheeks.
You can't compare real people to the love interests in Otome VNs.
Yeah, you can. You still need to be able to distinguish one from the other, right? Reality from, let's say, creation of imagination. Fictional characters are designed to be likable. Not all of them. But real people are a lot more complicated. Or are they? You'll be down if you down your temper your expectations accordingly.
I don't see why I should have to settle for less for.
She's correct, kind of. She's correct in general. I understand how you feel, but you'll never get a boyfriend if you don't lower your standards.
But I don't want a boyfriend. I'd much rather spend time with you.
Hey, well, thank you. Chisato looks back at PC monitor. Oh, by the way, 2001, it must be the chunky boy as well, right? It might be the glow from the curved screen. Curved screen! What? Yeah, right. That's to blame, but her face looks slightly flushed.
I like spending time with you too, and I liked reading First Life together, even though you insisted on giving the heroine a stupid voice.
Just like me.
What? No! No way! I have a stupid voice! We'll have to put the Otome games on hold for today. For that isn't what I wanted to show you. Hey, what is then? Huh? Is it something online?
It's a website I found. I thought you might find it interesting.
Interesting, huh? It's not porn, is it?
Show me your browser history.
No, of course it's not. How could you suggest something so vulgar? I know. You were being so secretive about it, I just wondered. Well, don't. So it's not porn? No!
Show me your internet history. By the way, you would find everything that I browsed through. Absolutely. I rarely clean the history. I never go. What is it called? What is it freaking called? The mode which doesn't supposedly save your history. Oh my god, the browser loads forever again. Dude, I don't even use Chrome, so I can't really check. Fuck. Whatever. Anyway, she says no, but deep down we all know it is there.
Okay, keep your panties on. So, if it's not porn, is the guy? Have you been chatting somebody up, huh?
It's nothing that salacious.
So you really don't have a boyfriend?
No, more than you do. I'm not particularly interested either. Phew, that's a relief. Chisato's imaginary boyfriend, 0. Me, 1. I feel like I've scored a pretty substantial victory. It's what she thinks.
What I meant to show you before you interrupted is...
Chisato types an unfamiliar URL into her search bar. She's one mouse click away from her destination when a voice calls from the foot of the stairs.
Saku, dinner's almost ready. Could you girls calm down?
That will be Chisato's mother. It looks like Chisato's big news, whatever it is, will have to wait for later.
Alright, I'm serving since somebody...
I poke Chisato in the cheek. I like that sound though. I like that sound there.
Wouldn't let me have a taiyaki. I'll devour all that beef donkey in no time flat.
Nom 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 nom. I definitely have heard this music before. But I would not be able to point out which game. Dinner that evening is a relaxing affair. Saori isn't at the table, so it's just Chisato, Chisato's parents, and me. Mrs Shima is a kind woman who's always paid me special attention. I think she regards me as a surrogate daughter. Given the amount of time I spent at her house, she certainly treats me like one. She's always fussing over me, asking me if I want my cup of green tea refilling. Oh, green tea. Shit, I was supposed to buy some yesterday. Anyway, or extra rice. Coming from any other woman, such enthusiasm might be tiring, but I've always found Mrs. Shima relaxing to be around. She sounds nice. She practically seems to exude an aura of tranquility, what with her both black hair and her gentle smiles. If I had to liken her to anything, I'd say she's the human equivalent of a Zen garden. Chisato's father, on the other hand, is quite different. Mr. Shima is quiet, almost stoic, and he doesn't talk very much. That's me! I mean, that's not me, but I'm kinda like that. Especially by the table, by the way. I don't like talking by the table. Too much. Maybe it depends who I'm with. Probably. Yeah, probably. But, yeah, but normally no, yeah. Anyway. He has a busy job, and it's rare he comes home early enough to eat dinner with his family. Okay, that's not similar to me. When he does get home in time for a family meal, he's typically so tired he's not interested in making small talk. Fair enough. But you know, he's still kind of, let's say, taking the effort to be with them, right? That's nice. Mr. Shima only speaks to reassure his wife that yes, he's fine and no, he doesn't need more food. Chisato looks a good deal like her mother. They both have straight black hair, but I think her personality is more like her father's. They're both so aloof.
So, what do you think?
Mrs. Shima asks me as I dig into my beef tongue.
Do you like it, Saku? I hope it isn't too chewy. It's fine! I think it tastes amazing! I'm glad to hear it. I know beef tongue is one of your favorites. I hate to make it for you when she said you'd be coming over. It's been a long while since you last stayed the night. I know! It's like so sad! I've missed your cooking! And I missed your bubbly personality. Now, why don't you have some more rice? Your bowl is looking empty. Oh, wow! I was just thinking I could go for some extra rice myself. You read my mind!
Or should I say read? Whatever.
It's all part of a housewife job.
Oh, she's a housewife. So the father is the only one, like, earning the money. Interesting. But I guess 2001. Yeah, it was probably times where it would be possible. I guess it's still possible, but it would need to be like really on a high position. Anyway.
Whether indeed, if you have children of your own, I'm sure your own latent telekinetic powers will awaken.
Oof. Mrs. Shima laughs as she retrieves my almost empty bowl of rice. She takes it to the rice cooker, which is sitting on the kitchen counter, and scoops more pearls of warm white rice into my bowl. Chisato watches her all the while, her arms crossed.
I wouldn't count on it. Saku surely notices what's happening in front of her own two eyes. There's no way she could ever be an esper. Hey, are you calling me dumb? Yeah, no. I'm saying you're unobservant, incredibly so. The things you don't notice could fill an almanac. Says the girl who could take a best brains when we met up earlier. You let out such a squawk. I do not squawk. Yes, you did. You totally did. Alright, girls. Settle down.
Mrs. Shima hands me my newly filled bowl of rice, then takes her seat at the table again.
Teppei is tired after work, aren't you? Teppei, dear? As much as I love listening to your lively chatter, you'll probably do without the noise.
No, it's fine. It's rare to see Chisato in such a high spirit. I'm glad to see her having so much fun.
Hey, it's not like I'm having fun exactly. Saku's really annoying.
So annoying, you invited her to our house for a sleepover.
He got her there.
I was just being jealous. I thought you might be lonely without me.
Really now? That is kind of you. I didn't think you suffered fools gladly.
Mr. Shima laughs.
Ho, 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 ho. Ah, you girls are so close. I used to bicker with my friends like this when I was a boy too. It takes me back.
Mr. Shima doesn't embroider his recollections, but the smile on his face doesn't waver throughout the meal. He didn't scold Chisato and I, but we stopped arguing all the same. Mr. Shima's smile must have mellowed out the atmosphere. The four of us eat together, like any family would. Chopsticks scrape against bowls. Makes me think a little bit when he mentioned all this stuff about, again, mine times. Dude, again, I'm drifting off the game. Let's think. I mean, I would say primary school to middle school. I mean, I would hang out with people from school. A little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. The thing was, as you may or may not know, I was in a football team, right? And again, if you're, I guess, USA, the system there is different. Basically, you belong to a club, not to the school with that, right? So after returning from school, I would run to the club, kind of. Basically, almost immediately. Sometimes I would eat something, sometimes I wouldn't have time, I would just go. So yeah, I would not be able to hang around with people from school that much. I would have like 2 days a week for that, I guess. Because normally the trainings would be 3 times a week. And then on weekends, on one of the days of the weekends, you would have a game, so match. That's about it. And again, still, you know, getting more people from, getting to know more people from the club, basically, right? Still, though, with those people, I would not hang out outside of it, I would say. Yeah. So I'm in contact with one of them now, so that's something. Anyway, chopsticks scrape against bowls, and every once in a while, Mrs. Shima rises to pour us some more green tea from the gently steaming teapot in the middle of the table. It's a leisurely affair, and the food is nothing short of delicious. Bet it is. If happiness had a flavor, I'm sure it would taste of Mrs. Shima's cooking. I feel like I'm in heaven. I want to try that cooking now.
It was a good meal. I'm so stuffed I don't think I could eat another bite. Good. You've had more than enough to eat already.
By the way, there is a little bit of a height difference, right? Anyway.
I couldn't help myself. Your mother's food is crazy good. You know how much I love beef tongue. You love almost anything so long as it's meaty. Yep, you know it.
I flash Chisato a peace sign, which makes her sigh. That's how she reacts to a good 75% of the stuff that I do and say, if not more. I'm so accustomed to it, it doesn't bother me. I'm in such a good mood, I don't know if anything could bother me right now. Not even Chisato's surly temperament or how dark it is outside. I would not complain about that being dark outside. It's a little past 6. It's already dark? Oh yeah, it's winter fall. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Fair point. 6, winter, it's dark here as well. According to a clock on Chisato's bedside table, but the sky's pitch black already. I wonder if... Maybe it would be pitch black. Anyway. It's late December, and the sun sets pretty early now, around 18 or so. It's funny how here it's past 6, and we are switching to 24-hour clock. It's a little funny. The days are short, dark and cold, but that's not enough to dampen my spirits. We here in Poland use a 24-hour clock. But it's pretty much, you know, just on the clocks. Like PC clock, it will be probably set to 24-hour system. Clocks in cars or on TV decoders or whatever, DVDs, whatever like that, it will be 24-hour. Digital clock, 24-hour. Obviously, standard clock will have only 12 hours, right? And so on. But when we are saying the hour... I mean, I guess it depends on the person. Sometimes they go with 24-hour systems, sometimes with 12. For we don't specify like AM, PM. There is no need to do that. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? You say, I don't know, it's 3:20 and there's sun, it's obvious. It's PM. Kind of. I don't know why I'm explaining this, to be honest. I don't know, I feel like I'm just in a mood to not, or more like to drift off and talk about something else a little bit. Also, it's probably because I enjoy the game. A lot of times when I enjoy the game, I kinda manage to drift off of it with whatever topic is there. Anyway, the days are short, dark and cold, but that's not enough to dampen my spirits. My optimism burns within me like a firework. I wish I was like that. Like at 50%. I'll never be down in the dumps, not when there's delicious food to eat. I wish I was 50% like her. Oh! Ho, 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 ho. Hey, Saku. Chisato looks at me arcly. She's perched up on her swivel chair, one leg crossed over the other, her knees dark and opaque beneath her tights. She's changed out her school uniform. Oh, that's true. As have I.
I'm not sure if that's true. It's kinda similar looking, to be honest. I will check, you know how.
I have a way to check, okay? I have a way to check. I have a way to check. And that is by opening my video file of the first episode. Let's see. She's still in the jacket. Okay, that's... Okay, Chisato had that brownish dress with additional red parts. That's true. So now it's different. Saku had a different kind of sweater. But I do believe the shirt is the same one. Anyway. Again, drifting of the story. As have I, and now we're both in casual clothes, which are vastly more comfortable for lying around in. As much as I love Chisato, I always feel a little awkward around her when she's wearing her son Cecilia's uniform. It's just so red. Kind of. How long are you going to lie there? I have something I want to show you.
Oh yeah, sorry Chi.
I hoist myself up from Chisato's bed with more difficulty than I'd care to admit to and bound, or trach, over to her side.
What do you want to show me? I'm really interested. Come on, show me.
So interested you forgot all about it.
I have bad memory. You should know that. I always done awfully on like tests and stuff.
There is having a bad memory, and there is being willfully ignorant. I can't blame her. It's possible to forget something like that.
There's nothing willful about it. I just got distracted. I saw by your mother's cooking. I really am sorry for.
I mean, if you told her what exactly you were going to show her, maybe she would remember then, right? But there was no details about it. Yeah, I'm on Saku's side. Chisato doesn't look amused, does she ever? But I think my apologies won her over.
Very well. I'll show you if you really care. I do. Show me the goods. Are you sure it isn't porn?
No, it isn't. Look here. Chisato turns back to her monitor, then pulls up a website. The website isn't, contrary to my teaching, filled with any lewd photos. There is just a bunch of text and hyperlinks set on an uninspiring grey background. Right.
What's this?
A forum.
Yeah, I can see the match. What's it for?
Developers.
Of what? Games?
Visual novels, to be more precise. Capitalization again.
Huh? Really?
Yes, really. It's a forum where independent creators can upload their own capital letter visual, capital letter novels. I've had a look through some of them, and there is some interesting finds.
Are these all like free games?
Saku, you wouldn't believe how many of those are actually free. It's crazy, by the way. There are so many free visual novels. Then again, you go to my channel and you see all of that, right? I played so many free games. Now that I think about it, in general, it's kinda crazy that we actually have enough of that we would not need to spend a cent, I would say. I mean, obviously it depends how much time you have and so on, but I do believe if tried, a person could go through life with playing only free games without spending a cent, and they would have a good time as well. That's for sure. Anyway, Chisato notes.
Are they filled with cute boys?
Some of them are, some aren't. There is quite a mix. You see, Saku, I'm the other way around. Are they filled with cute girls? Anyway.
Hey, I see. That's kind of cool. So these visual novels, capital letters, Art made by big companies then? They are by individuals mostly. Or small groups of individuals. I don't think anybody who posts here is affiliated with visual arts or Konami. People make these games and upload them for fun as a hobby. Wait, visual arts? Give me a second. Visual arts. Is it a dev? I have no clue. I mean, Konami I know, obviously. Visual art developer. Visual development artist. No, that's not what I asked. Company. Formerly a visual artist office. Is a Japanese publishing company which specializes in publishing and distributing visual novels. Also, again, who... Capital letters! Even the most known freaking online library with information does not capitalize visual novels. I'm so sad. Anyway. Company, okay. Large list of developers. Gotcha. What did you make? Game brands. I recognize Moe. That's it. There is music defunct. There is not much information about them, to be honest here. Oh! Visual novels. Let's see. Canon, that's known, I would say. Air, that's known. Clanat, definitely known. Planetarian. I don't have still open, but I think I have Planetarian. Tomoyo, After It's a Wonderful Life. Okay, nice. Little Busters. Rewrite. Angel Beats. Harmonia. I think I've seen it on Steam. Summer Pockets. Loopers, I do not know. Lunaria, no. Heaven Burns Red, Stella of the End, I don't know those. But the ones before I knew. Interesting. They released some big stuff. Now I'm curious. Konami, visual novels. Did they actually make visual novels? It's kinda hard to believe. Konami. Then again, like Konami, yeah, Konami had a downfall, and a huge one. Love Hina, Time Hollow. Oh, that's it? Okay. Oh, VNDB, that's true. That's like the place. Do I know oh, Polisnauts, that sounds interesting. From 1994. Wow. So I guess they kind of started with it. Oh, Love Hina as well. Interesting. Oh, Meine Liebe Yubinari Kyoku. Ben. They did not release stuff that I would recognize, to be honest. Love Plus. Okay, I know this one. It's on Steam. Or was on Steam. Yeah. Wait, what? Nisekoi had a VN? PlayStation Vita. I mean, I have a PlayStation Vita. I bet it's only... Yeah, it's only in Japanese. I'm... disappointed. I need a Nisekoi game on my PS Vita. I'm not using PS Vita too much, for sadly enough. And I need best girl, Tsugumi. Tsugumi's best girl. Fucked. Anyway. Can I not drift off the winter fragments for a second? I'm sorry about that. Anyway, people make these games. I said that. Wow! That seems like a lot of work for a bunch of amateurs, especially if they're not getting paid.
True. Most of these visual novels are relatively short. They tend to use stock music and photographic backgrounds. True.
I guess that make producing them more manageable, yeah. Show me a few of them, G. I'm curious. Come on.
Of course. Let's go. I don't know what this is. The thing of, under the CD drive or DVD. Was DVD in, I think, in 2001? Maybe. I don't know what that freaking bottle or whatever mini bottle is. She had a pen drive already here for. Also, one mouse, second mouse here, a good old Nokia, and yeah, there is the big boy of a monitor. Let's go. Chisato navigates to the forum. There is so many topics in hyperlinks, it's a bit hard for me to follow. I'm computer literate, for only barely, given I don't often have a chance to use a computer. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I think I'm not. I mean, I definitely know more than your average person, but I'm not like extremely amazing. Basically, if I read about something, I will understand, right? Anyway. Chisato's a lot better at tech stuff than I am. Then again, I mean, she had the PC at her house. So, even if she didn't have of her own, her sister had it, right? So I assume she would use it with her sister in some way, or at least observe, right? And so on and so on. She would learn from that. Anyway. She seems to know what she's doing, though I guess her familiarity with this site doesn't hurt. She brings up about a dozen of those amateur visual novels for my appraisal. Nice. Let's go. Visual novel inside visual novel. Let's go. I skimmed through screenshots of WIP projects and character profiles, art assets, and snippets of stories. A couple of these visual novels have really nice art which wouldn't look out of place in a big commercial releases. That's literally how I search. Let's say itch.io. If you have a catchy thumbnail, I will click. I mean, and I'm not speaking just visual novels, I'm speaking games in general. For somehow I don't download other types of games from there. Hey. The developers, indie developers that make other games than visual novels and upload them to itch.io. Work on your thumbnails. To be perfectly frank, I do the same thing with Steam. I just look at the screenshots or at the video that they've uploaded. I don't read the information about the games. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? I'm not sure. But at the same time, maybe it's because I kind of don't want to get spoiled too much, even though I would definitely forget all the stuff that's written there before I get to the game. Anyway, the majority of them, however, leave a fair amount to be desired. Yeah. I mean, in 2001, I would imagine that would be the case, yeah. The line art and coloring of the characters are shaky, the proportions suspect. Still, it looks like a lot of effort must have gone into them. Yes. Even the worst of this project must have come about through a spark of inspiration. Yes. I don't think anybody would sink so much time into telling a story if they weren't passionate about it.
Yes?
Question mark?
So, what do you think?
These people must have a lot of free time on their hands, mustn't they?
I'll say! Some of these games look like they must have taken a long time, It's crazy cool for. I applaud their enthusiasm. I thought you might say that. You know me so well. Hey G, I kinda wanna check out some of those games. Do you wanna download a few? I already did.
Maybe.
We could do that, I suppose. But I had a slightly different idea. Like what? Well, it's just a fancy really. You don't have to agree if you're not interested. But finding this forum got me thinking. You like writing, and I like drawing. We've both read a few Otome games, so we know how they work. Winter break starts today, so we have a couple of weeks off school. I don't have any plans, and we've not spent much time together lately, so I thought... Well... I thought it might be fun if we made an Otome game of our own. We could upload it on this forum when we're finished and ask for feedback. What do you think? Huh? Does that sound like a good idea? Wow!
Chisato must be really earnest about this idea, cause she's actually blushing like all the way to the tips of her ears. It's such an endearing sight, I can't help but grin. Chisato is right, we haven't spent much time together these last few months. We used to be inseparable, but that was back in middle school. We're the high schoolers now, and we go to different schools. We can't eat lunch together in the plaza anymore, or have joint study sessions in the library. We're both busy with homework and collective activities, and Chisato even has cram school. Chisato and I haven't exactly drifted apart, but I've been missing her. It's nice to know that she's been missing me too.
I'm not about to turn her down. Not when I've been wanting an excuse to spend more time with her. Okie dokie! Let's give this a whirl. It sounds like fun. I do have a few doubts for. Such as... I like reading Otome games, but I've never thought about writing one myself. I wonder if there's somebody out there who'd be interested. I'm interested in your stories. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have suggested that we work one together. Huh? Well, that's very nice of you.
Ah, gee, now it looks like it's my turn to blush.
But what if nobody else cares about my writing? It does matter because I care. You won't be working on this alone. I guess. So, an Otome game. If we're seriously going to work on this, we need to think of a story. Where should we even set it, do you think? That is a good question. School settings are very popular. We could try that. We could, yeah, but aren't they too popular? Heaps of Otome games are set in schools.
I wouldn't know. As you may know or not know, I don't play Otome games. Unless there is a Yuri route in them.
Oh, which reminds me now that I think about it, that is something I look for in the description of games sometimes. When I see the CGs or screenshots or whatever, they see like a crap ton of male characters, I'm like, okay, but is there a Yuri route? Anyway, there isn't. Sorry, but ignore. Is it weird? I mean, it's just not my thing, okay? It's just not my thing.
It will be hard to stand out that way, even if you do like my writing. You're putting your faith in me. I don't want to bore you with another generic high school drama. I happen to be fond of high school dramas. Me too, but you can deny that the market's oversaturated. Why don't we go with something a bit more fantastical?
Enthused! They introduced Isekai in 2001. Oh boy. Anyway.
Such as...
Here my voice peters out, along with my enthusiasm. Here we go. office. Where do I want to set this story exactly? Honestly, I have no idea. For a wannabe writer, this is the most auspicious of beginnings.
I'm sorry, G, I was trying to think of something cool, but nothing came to me. I'm flat out of inspiration.
Then let's go with a school setting. That's why I suggested it.
But that's way too simple.
Simple is best. There'll be no buts. I'm making an executive decision here. High school or bust.
But I'm the writer.
And I'm your best friend, not to mention your creative collaborator, and I know how your mind works. You always overthink the little things. If you go for a fantasy setting, you'll spend the next 2 weeks plotting out the finer details of the world, and you'll never get around to writing any of it.
That's not what we want, no.
That's not what we want now, is it? Saku! Ah, gee. Chisato voice is starting to sound all steely. I think I'm starting to piss her off. I suppose I have no choice but to capitulate.
Okay. Let's go with a high school setting after all. It should be easier to work with.
I knew you'd say it my way. I mean, see it my way.
I didn't have much of a choice.
Please don't suck. It's unbecoming.
What? A lady?
I'll go to Science Cecilia.
I'll go to Science Cecilia, remember? I'm not a well-mannered mademoiselle like you.
No, you're certainly not. You can be supremely irritating when you want to be, but I'm willing to overlook that for the sake of our friendship.
I could say the same about you, you know.
Then we're even. Now let's not bicker before we've even begun to work. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the game. If you want to make something good, well, semi-decent, then we'll have to work together.
Alright, you raise a good point. I'm sorry, Chi. I'll try to be a bit more mature.
And I'll try to avoid being too overbearing.
Really? You can do that? I don't know if I believe you.
Hey, Saku. Knock it off. You're acting like a child again.
Everybody acts like a child compared to you, your highness. But sorry, that's my bad. I'll do better next time.
Please do, or our collaboration will be an uncomfortable one. Now, about the setting.
We're going with a school, right?
I think that would be for the best, yes, but what kind of school? Public? Private? Do you have any preferences?
I don't know that much about private schools, but I think that sounds nice. It could be a classy, expensive academy for the elite, just like St. Cecilia's.
It isn't that fancy.
How can you say that when the building's so big? There is this big iron gate, and it's made of red brick, and it even has its own chopper.
What?
It's like something from Victorian London.
Alright, maybe the building itself is a bit ostentatious.
A bit, she says.
But the lessons themselves aren't much different to the ones in Hitotsuba.
Maybe not in terms of content, but your parents have got to pay a heck of a lot for the privilege. You don't realize how lucky you are, Chi.
I don't know if I'm all that fortunate. St. Cecilia's is a nice school, but I think I would have preferred to go to Hitotsuba with you.
Ooh. Hey? Are you being serious?
I'm always serious. I have new classmates now, of course, but they're not quite the same as you. I miss eating lunch with you and reading your stories. It's easier to be myself, I suppose, when we're together. I don't have to put on a front.
Chisato's voice trails away. She sighs her lips. Is she wearing gloves? Pursed.
Not to imply that you're perfect because you're not. Don't get carried away.
As if I could. We might be best friends, but I can always rely on you to put me in my place. You're even stricter than my mother is.
I only say these things because I care about you.
That's what my mother says too. Whenever she scolds me.
Evidently she didn't scold you enough.
She can have done a bad job raising me for cause you still like me. I know you miss me so much, that's like super sweet.
Oh, shut up. Chisato pulls a face, while I giggle. The atmosphere has lightened considerably after our dispute, if it can even be called that. Our personalities and our values might be opposed, but it's rare Chisato and I argue, not properly at least. We tease one another all the time, but we blunt our words just enough to avoid any bruised feelings. We've known one another for so long, we know exactly how much we can push each other before things go a step too far. Yeah, I think I can see where Chisato was coming from just now. I find it easier to be myself when I'm with her too.
So, to get back to the matter at hand.
We seem to be going off on a lot of tangents. That's just like me today. It's making it quite hard to plan out our infant story.
I think I'm leaning towards private school. It gives the setting a bit of an extra flair.
That, and I can use it as an opportunity to extricate more info from Chisato about the inner workings of San Cecilia's. It's a classic case of two birds, one stone.
Alright, that sounds good to me. And what about the heroine? Should be a student, of course. Maybe a first year.
Why not a teacher?
I wonder what the school uniform should look like.
If she's a student at private school, it should be something refined, preferably with a long skirt.
Yeah, it's hard to make long skirts cute, but I don't want her to be too plain.
Aren't some games heroine is meant to be on the unremarkable side? It makes it easier for a reader to picture themselves in her shoes. Interesting. Because I personally don't like plain MCs myself. Then again, there were certain games where I wouldn't like the MCs because they were absolutely annoying to me. Like whatever the title of that shitty Russian girl game was that was recommended by one of you, by the way. It was terrible. It's funny. I don't know, I mean, don't make the heroine plain. No. If I were to say I would not like a plain character.
That's true, yeah. If you're on the stuff you search for, you'd want to end up in a nice pair of shoes, wouldn't you? Huh? Nobody wants to be an utterly blank slate.
Unless you actually develop that character from the very beginning. But then, maybe you would need to start before high school. I agree with you there, as the story will be set in a school. Our heroine will be wearing the uniform during a majority of her scenes, so... Let me see. Chisato pivots in her chair, then selects a sketchbook from the pile on her desk. She flips it open, picks a pencil, and dashes off a quick sketch. I'm curious about the fruits of Chisato's labor, but decided to stay put for the present. Chisato doesn't like when I peer over her shoulder while she's drawing. That's me while working! Oh my god. I'm the same. Or helping someone with stuff. She says it distracts her. Same. Thank you. I'm so like her in that element. To be fair, for in my case, it's like not only distracting, but it just actually gets on my nerves. I don't always do what Chisato asks, but I pay this quirk of hers a special attention. I'm a creator too, and I find it impossible to write when I'm being stared at. That is partially why I have such difficulty working when I'm in class. Oh. Full Valion's share of this difficulty can be attributed to my inability to pay attention. A couple of minutes pass, the scraping of Chisato's pencil against paper, the only sound I can hear. Chisato herself remains hunched over the sketchbook, her dark hair cascading over her shoulder. I can't imagine having her that long. My current duo, which... It is pretty lengthy. It's nice though. But Saku's hair also is nice. I can't imagine having her that long. My current duo, which brush my shoulders when worn down, is a pain enough to dry as it is. Yeah, I can imagine that having to dry your hair when it's super lengthy is a pain. If I were in Chisato's shoes, I'd be pretty frustrated by all that loose hair, but she doesn't even pause to brush it aside. Surely must be into her drawing. I guess I'll kill the time by thinking up more ideas. I'm in the middle of a brainstorming backstory for our nameless heroine when Chisato sets her pencil down. Here. She takes her sketchbook in both hands and swivels in her chair to face me. What do you think?
Let me see.
I lean forwards and examine Chisato's handiwork. She's designed not just one, but 3 school uniforms.
Nice.
They're in different styles and they're all charming without being over-designed. A ribbon here, a sash there. Can I see? Her sketches are rough, obviously unfinished, with thin and whispery lines, but they look good regardless. They're far better than anything I could draw.
These are really good, G.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'd love to wear any of those uniforms, so I think my favorite is... this one!
I point at a second uniform after some deliberation.
The puffy sleeves are really cute, and so's the belt around the waist. It really ties the whole thing together. It kind of looks like the son Cecilia's uniform, actually.
Hey? Wait, that's what I based it on, yeah. I thought you might like it given how complimentary you're about it.
Oh, I am.
Yes, you are. You were so taken with this uniform, you practically had a nosebleed when you first saw me wearing it.
Guilty as charged. I just can't help myself. That red's getting so much nicer than Hitotsuba's boring get-up. Not that it would suit me.
Why do you say that?
I'm not a young lady, duh.
I don't know why you're so hung up about that. I'm sure it would look fine in my uniform. I would offer to let you try it on if you really want to. But we need to focus on our heroine first.
True! So is her uniform taken care of?
I might do a few adjustments, but we can put that on the back burner for now.
Alright! Now it feels like we're actually making progress. We got the setting and heroine-based design.
Technically the uniform, we don't have the design for heroine. But well.
So I guess she needs a name.
Oh, the worst part.
What should we call her?
I know, you're the writer. Isn't naming the characters your job?
I guess, but the story is a dual effort. We should give her a name we both like. Or maybe.
Maybe?
We could name her after us.
Hey? How would that work exactly?
We could mash our names together like... What do they call it?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, a portmanteau or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cute.
Can our names be mashed together? They're quite different. Sasato. Chisaku. No. No.
Let me try. We could call her Sachu.
They're not bad names, but they don't seem quite right. Maybe we should take a different tag.
Hey G, if you had a baby girl, what would you call her?
And why do you want to know that?
Cause thinking up characters is like having kids. This heroine gonna be our baby, G.
That's a rather unique way of looking at it. Haven't given my potential future that much thought. I was in high school. Thinking of baby names feels a bit premature, but Are there any names you particularly like, Saku?
And not sure. I haven't given it much thought either. I don't want to date any of the guys in my class, much less have a kid with them. It'd be different if it was Toya. Of course. But I think Sumire is a nice name.
It is. We've had the pleasure of playing the games with 2 games with the girls named Sumira. Both of them were awesome.
Sumire, like violets. Yeah! Goodness, that's surprisingly traditional coming from you.
Is it a traditional name?
What do you mean coming from me? I thought you would pick something out there like, I don't know, Kirara.
Ugh.
Or Hanabi. What? Sumire almost feels too normal. It's really girly, huh? Doesn't seem like it to be to my taste, but we're not thinking up pen names for me, we're thinking up names for our character. She'll probably be a shy demure girl, so Sumire should work just fine. Then let's go with that. You don't have any objections? Nope. Also think it's a nice name. You've outdone yourself. Well, thank you very much. So? I was giving the story a bit of thought while you were sketching up the universe, and I think I've got the finer details all hashed out. Let's hear them then. It's a bit cliche, but I think we should make it a classic fish out of water story. It should start on Sumire's first day at this new school, which is like crazy different to anything she's ever known before. The other students are wealthy elites, but poor little Sumire is out of place because she's from a super family. So she got into school on a scholarship? That's right! She's from a single-parent family and she lives in a rundown apartment block. She's had to work hard from childhood to support her mother, all while balancing her studies. She's just like Cinderella. Hopefully not on...
No, I actually, messed up the stories. Sorry. Never mind the hopefully not like part. I messed up the characters in my mind. Anyway,
Sumire hasn't had much time to fuss about her appearance and she doesn't know much about fashion. She's pretty, Otome and Heroine always are, but in this understated kind of way. The girls in her class turn against her the moment she arrives at their school. They treat her like an outsider. She gets teased a lot and Spud even throws her school back in the fountain. Poor Sumire starts to wonder whether she made a huge mistake. She's feeling pretty down. And that's when she meets the first love interest and the blues set into motion. So I think it's pretty compelling stuff, isn't it? I don't know if you should be saying that about your own story. It seems a touch egotistical. It does sound interesting, though. I'd be interested in reading it, though I do have one quibble. Which is? You said first love interest. Yeah, so? That implies there'll be more than one? Well, duh! Most of them games have at least like 4 heroes, unless then the player will feel ripped off. I understand that. And I know it's important to have some variety in the love interests. Attracting for character roots during the course of our winter break doesn't seem realistic.
and also probably very tough.
It's an awful lot of work to take on. Oh yeah. I didn't think about that. I didn't presume that you would. Planning isn't your strong suit. You're too easily swept away by your own ideas. Yeah, I know.
I'm always trying to bite off more than I can chew. That's why I've never finished a single story before, despite making start on a whole slew of them. The issue isn't that I have no ideas, it's that I have too many of them. I build these ideas up in my head like monoliths, and before I know it they are towering in front of me. A story that could have been told in 10,000 words turns into something that needs 100,000 words to do it justice, plus a TV anime and a whole bunch of supplementary manga. Obviously it isn't possible for one high school girl to tackle a project or projects with such an insane scope. Having an overactive imagination can be a curse as well as a blessing. That's true. Fortunately for you, I'm here to keep you in check. We'll be finishing this project, no matter what, even if we have to pare things down to do it.
So we're going to be taking shortcuts?
It's a necessity for any creator. Ow. Looking at you, AAA studios, it's not a necessity for you. You are not supposed to cut any corners. AAA studios are not allowed that. They cut corners more than anyone else for it. It's that most ridiculous thing. Independent creators, yeah, you can cut some corners. If they want to release anything on time, independent, allowed to do that. I know Chisato is right, but her airtight reasoning doesn't sit well with me. I won't be satisfied if I've not done my very best. But doing one's best doesn't always equal results. I've got to try and be more pragmatic.
Okay, I'll try live with that. So we'll only be doing the one route?
That would be easier for the both of us. I have less to draw, and you have less to write. We both win.
Our readers mightn't be very happy.
Maybe not, but they'll have to live with it. They aren't the ones creating it. Ergo, their opinions are irrelevant. Ooh. I don't know if that's what you should be thinking. But then again, I mean, I would say, first of all, the dev that's releasing a game should be pleased what they released, right? Then consider what people who played the game might think. Whatever.
Irrelevant, huh? That's harsh.
But true.
Man, you've become so cutthroat-y. Is that what they teach you at San Cecilia's?
No, they don't. I've always been like this.
Come to think of it, you have always had a sharp tongue.
I want to say two for some reason.
I guess that checks out.
If our story does perchance get popular, we can always add more routes later, but that would be putting the cart before the horse. That's true. Let's focus on the task at hand.
Designing the first and potentially only love interest, huh?
That's right.
Let me see. If we're going for a traditional route structure, I'd suggest a bunch of different guys. There's lots of popular archetypes like the charming prince, the serious school council press,
Boring.
or the delinquent. Heck, even the teacher! Who doesn't like a mature older guy?
What?
No. Don't put the guy in the jail! Come on!
It should be the other way around. If a student is a guy, the teacher, a little older lady, like still in her 20s? Let's go. Anyway.
What do you think, G?
I think that I have not decided to work on a love story between a schoolgirl and a teacher.
Oh no?
But even First Life had
a teacher route.
Ah, yes, it did, but it was fine. But I want to create something like that myself.
Why? Is it because of the morals? A relationship like that would be kinda icky in real life.
No, that isn't the issue. For I have not decided to date a teacher myself either. Most of my male teachers are old men.
How old are we talking about here?
Old. I can put precise age on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if our physics teacher is in his 70s.
Yikes! That's really old. How the
Why would they employ someone who is still 70? Holy crap. Chisato, you should talk with your parents. They should take you away from that school. They are teaching you in a prehistoric way. No, oh, poof. I told you so. He has a long white beard. But the top of his head is bald. He looks like a bit like a wizard.
Oh, so he's not a catch then?
Absolutely not.
And what about the younger teachers? There must be some hotties who aren't like on death's door, right?
There is Mr. Watanabe, the classics teacher. He's not bad looking and he's not so old, but he's off limits.
Why is that?
Because he has a wife.
Yeah, that would cause complications.
It's also illegal. Taking advantage of your young students is a crime.
Not in the world of Otome games, it isn't!
Otome games exist in a separate, consequence-free universe. They're not exactly realistic. Exactly.
Don't I know it?
If Otome games were remotely true to life, you'd think there'd be at least one guy in my class I was interested in, but alas, none of them can match up to Toya. I mean, I kinda get it. I get it. Also, to be fair, you don't really want to date someone who's in the same class as you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you date someone who's in the same class and you, like, break up. Oh boy, going through, like, next year, maybe more. Oof. That would be pain. Anyway. Heck, none of them can match up to Chisato, and she's not even a guy.
So if you don't have any moral concerns, why are you so opposed to a little student-teacher loving?
I'm not opposed to it, not in games at least, but it's beyond my technical expertise as an artist.
Oh.
I'm not good at drawing older characters. I've been practicing, but it never turns out well. I don't want people to laugh at my art.
Ah, now I see.
See why Chisato's being so unusually reticent. She must be impressed. That's pretty cute.
Okay, worry not, Chi. Will nix the potential teacher route. Our Sumire is a good pure girl and she'd never let an older guy lead her astray. She's on to guys in her own age bracket.
Phew. That is good to know. I'm pleased our heroine is so thoughtful.
No prop. So is there anything else you'd like to draw? You don't like drawing?
I'm not good at drawing muscular men either. I can do feminine boys and even handsome boys, but not ragged ones.
I guess we'll be scratching the school delinquent off the list too. That should make things a bit more manageable.
Actually, not necessarily. Because if you know real life, you know there are not a bit, but basically lame people who are just loud, but they are delinquent. But you know, they also have people kind of standing behind who are actually like chunky. But them on their own, like, nothing special. Just like a loud chihuahua, basically. Anyway.
Let's think about their options again. We've got the class priest, student council priest, or... Why don't we go with a chat with friends? It's always popular.
No! You're just saying that because you like Toya, aren't you?
What? No!
Saku? Chisato is boring to mine. Her gaze is piercing. It feels like she can see right through me.
Okay, maybe I'm taking some inspo from Toya here, but it's not like I'm gonna rip the character off wholesale. I do have some principles. I'm not a thief.
So what will your Toya be like?
He won't be called Toya for one thing.
Of course not. That would be too obvious.
I'm thinking of going down the strange childhood friend route. This guy and Sumire used to play a lot of games, but they fell out of touch. Then when they see each other again, all these old feelings are rekindled. It would be like crazy, impactful reunion. As for his personality, he'll be a bit cold at the beginning, but he'll warm to Sumire as the story progresses. He has a bit of sadistic side and sometimes he teases her, but he cares about her a whole bunch.
What's sadistic about him exactly? Does he walk around campus on a leash?
What? No way, he'd never do that.
Then what?
He helps her study for exams in the school library.
That's not sadistic.
That doesn't sound very sadistic to me. And he makes her solve math puzzles! I see. I think I can see why you might find that sadistic. It is! There's nothing worse than algebraic equations. They're like a total pain, but Toya... I thought you said he wasn't be called that. Ah, not Toya. I mean, makes Sumire work at them because he cares about her. He's a little strict, but that's how he shows his affection. I think we should be able to work with that. Though he needs a better name than not Toya. Yeah, I figured. I'll try to come up with some ideas. You do that, Emila will work on his design. I have a few ideas already. Alright, let's get started!
That was not loud at all. I guess I cracked my knuckles before. In a peak of enthusiasm, which of course makes Chisato wins.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
That's me and my best friend, by the way. To be fair, I cracked my knuckles on purpose. She doesn't sound very happy, but she really does. I've learned to take her poor mood in my stride. It doesn't show on her face, but I strongly suspect she's just as excited about this, if not more so than I am. Alright, let's cut it right here, right now. I know it's the night and so on, but it's over 90 minutes already, so we'll cut it right here. I'm gonna go and walk that... Whoa, sorry, burp. I apologize for that. I'm gonna go outside now to walk my dog. And after I return, I will get into the rendering. Render. Because 2 videos maybe will come out today. Or 1 will go tomorrow. I will see. It is yet to be found out. Anyway, this is interesting, definitely. We will get to have a little look, possibly, how the whole process of creating a VN goes. Or maybe how the whole process of creating a first VN goes. Because, well, we know ebi-hime creates visual novels, obviously. We know there has been quite a few. We played quite a few as well. And definitely there will be more coming to the channel. So, yeah, we might have a look, basically, at how the whole process goes, which is super interesting. To me, definitely is. I mean, I'm playing, I would say, a lot of visual novels. I mean, definitely there are people who play more. But, yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. Bye-bye.